Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's me, Ian Fritts. I think we have a good one today. Obviously, college is over pretty much with every sport except for golf, and I'm about one of not very many people to pay attention to that. Anyways, we're talking about the top 10 best sporting events in general. We're not talking specific. I'm not talking 2011, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking overall, in general, this event delivers year in, year out. It's a top 10 sporting event. Okay. That's what we're going after today. Before I get to the top 10, I have a couple of honorable mentions. And if you see this cool mural behind me, okay, that was not me. That was Chat GPT. Credit where credit is due. I will never take credit for something else. I tried to get these cool murals for every single event I had, and then Chat GPT told me, boom, I've hit my limit. I've got to wait 24 hours. I didn't want to wait 24 hours, so I just went with the logos of the event instead. But there were some pretty cool ones, and I thought it was going to be nice to have this cool little mural for every event. ChatGPT apparently didn't want me to do that. So without further ado, we're going to move into the first honorable mention, ladies and gentlemen. It's right here. We have the Monaco Grand Prix, the Monaco Grand Prix, as the Brits would like to say. Look, I'm new to the F1 game. I am new to the F1 game, but I do love myself the Monaco Grand Prix. Okay, look, is it that exciting? No, but it's iconic. My favorite driver won it last year. That's why it's an honorable mention. All the celebrities are there, just camped out in the ocean, just watching these cars zoom by. It is iconic. It is iconic. That's why it's an honorable mention. I love it. It's not like the best race in the world, but I want to go. I want to go, and part of that is how much would I want to go to this event? That weighs heavily in the top 10 sporting events. Okay, that weighs heavily. Okay, so you're not going to see things like, well, we're about to get to one where you're not going to see it in the top 10. Except we are, because that was my only honorable mention. Things you wouldn't see: rugby, cricket. We don't do that in America here. Okay, so I'm not trying to get there. If I lived somewhere remote, yeah, maybe I would like those things, but not here. For me, we got the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Yeah, this makes the 10 greatest sporting events. My list, the correct list. This makes it Daytona 500. What else do I have to say? You get iconic race in February. Not a lot's going on other than the Super Bowl, which we'll get to. Not a lot's going on. You have iconic finishes, wrecks, big wrecks. And look, if one of the best things about your event is damage, carnage, that's always good. When you get people going, whoa, ooh, is he alive? Then, we hope they're alive. But if you get me going, oh, baby, he may not survive that. I'm in. I'm in. Not, I don't want to do it, but I want to go watch it. Okay. I don't want to watch anybody die, but maybe close. Maybe close. Daytona 500 coming in number 10. Number 9, the Ryder Cup. Okay, look, I may catch a lot of heat. In fact, I'm catching the heat right now from the audience, the live audience, when we do these things. I'm catching a lot of heat about the Ryder Cup being at number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unlike anything you have ever seen. Okay. 1, you get great golf. 2, you get America versus Europe, which is basically we're just reliving the Revolutionary War, but with golf. Okay. And I know the Revolutionary War was just us in England, but England, now they're bringing in the rest of the Europeans because they can't handle us on their own anymore, folks. They can't handle the Americans on their own anymore, folks. Okay. Ryder Cup, bringing back all those emotions. I'm pretty sure this says 1927 right here, but it wouldn't have shocked me if we played this back in 1777. Okay, I'm pretty sure we fired it up back then. Look, I want to go to the Ryder Cup. It's at number 9. It's iconic. It's amazing. Every 2 years when we get to play it. Hopefully the Americans get it done this year. The Europeans look great. I'm not too happy about it. Ryder Cup at number 9. Number 8, it's March Madness. Look, you have to put March Madness on the list. I struggled. I did struggle on where I was going to put March Madness. Look, this year specifically, overall as an entirety body of work for March Madness, a little bit of a downer. Okay, yes, the Final Four, exceptional. A little bit of a downer as a whole, though. Okay, and look, I thoroughly enjoyed the Final Four. Yeah, hand up, I did. Okay, you know what I didn't enjoy? the first 3 rounds. Just snooze fest, snooze fest, snooze fest. Okay, and that doesn't have anything to do with why it's at number 8. It's amazing every year. I love watching it. I love enjoying it. I want to go to at least one game, one weekend, whatever it might be. It's above a couple other items, so it makes me want to go. Okay, March Madness, iconic, and that's a theme with these events here is they're iconic. They are iconic. Okay, 3-syllable word there, big word. March Madness, number 8. Moving on to number 7. Number 7, Le Tour de France. Okay, and this one may shock some people. You want to go to a bike? You're going to see like 30 seconds of bikers. Okay, and while that may be true, which I'm not even sure if it is because I know next to nothing about the Tour de France except for that it's like 60 days long and they bike a bazillion miles or kilometers, however they measure it over there in Europe. Fun fact, England, they do things in miles. Didn't know that, but they do. But I'm pretty sure the Tour de France is in kilometers. Anyways, everyone knows what the Tour de France is, okay? And their logo, just based on their logo in and of itself, deserves to be on this list. It is one of the best, if not the best, logos for a sporting event of all time. And some of you are thinking, what? It just spells the Tour de France. What's so good about it? Look again, ladies and gentlemen. Look again. There's a man biking, okay? He's on a bike in the word tour, okay? And that is awesome. Anytime we can have a logo and make it mean something, that's where we're moving up this board in the top 10 sporting events of all time. Some of you may think I'm putting too much weight in the logo, and you're wrong. When you see a logo, you're like, what is that? Boom, you know what it is. Iconic, okay? Tour de France, I would love to go. And yeah, I'm not sure what part I would like to see. If anybody knows which part the best is to see, maybe when they're at the Arc de Triomphe, okay? So yeah, Tour de France coming in number 7. I like where it's at. I like where it's at. Could it be higher? Yeah, probably. Number 6. World Series. Now, I mean, I know some of you are thinking, Ian, baseball is down. It is down big time, folks. Yeah. The regular season, no doubt in my mind, the regular season is definitely down, and it's not as good as it once was. I ain't as good as I once was. Toby Keith, rip. World Series. This logo right here, iconic. I wish they would do this type of logo throwback more often. Maybe that's why it's a throwback because they don't do it. This was 1987. I wasn't alive. I'm not sure who was in this World Series, but I liked the logo. That's the one I went with. The World Series is amazing. You got the best 2 baseball teams all year. You got them going head to head. You got the best pitchers. You got the best staff. You got the best batters. And you got winner go home games after each other. Boom, one after the other. One, boom, 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 boom. It's awesome. It's awesome. I would love to go to the World Series. I had the privilege of watching my Washington Nationals win a World Series back in 2019. And ladies and gentlemen, it is one of the best feelings. I wish I went to the game. I didn't get to go to any of the games because I don't live anywhere near Washington. But the World Series, it's iconic. We've had a good run of World Series champions the past 3 or 4 years. Too many Dodgers, and the Yankees are too good now. So we'll see what happens this year. But I'm hoping for some curveballs, unintended. Number 5. This is where we get good here, ladies and gentlemen. The top 5 greatest sporting events of all time. And again, to just reiterate, this isn't a specific year. This is overall in general. Okay. And some of you are thinking, what's that logo? You people that don't know anything about sports. Yes, I'm throwing shade at you. Okay, this is the Kentucky Derby logo. Now you probably see it. You probably see the horseshoe now that I've mentioned it and it's in your brain. Okay, you also see the roses. They get that bouquet of roses. Hopefully that's the correct flower. The Kentucky Derby. Look. People go there from all over the country. I'm pretty sure they go there from all over the world, okay? You got jockeys 5 foot nothing tall on these massive horses that fly around that track, okay? And the dirt's flying, and people are wearing their hats with their bows and their ribbons and their flowers and these dresses that look like they were made out of straight nature, okay? It's awesome. Never been. Hand up. Never been. Want to go. Now, would I want to be in a suite with all the rich people where all the food is? Probably. Or would I want to be down in that mosh pit of peasants? Okay. Yeah. Peasants. I don't call you that. That's what the people up in the upper decks in the suites call you. Okay. And I think I would like to place a bet on one of the horses. I'm not sure who I'd pick. My number, I'll probably go 7. That's probably what I would go with. Lucky number 7. Now that I'm thinking about, I'm not even sure. Let's go 4. Let's go 4. Whoever is number 4 horse this year, that's my horse for the Kentucky Derby this year. Mark it down. Tell me if I win. I'm not sure, but Kentucky Derby, iconic. Want to go. Everyone knows what the Kentucky Derby is. Top 10 sporting event of all time. Number 4, the championships at Wimbledon. Okay, and some of you are thinking tennis, Ian. You got tennis in the top 4. Yes, I do. Look, Wimbledon. I was just there in London. Didn't get to go. And that's, in part of the trip, all I was thinking about was, man, I wish I was going to Wimbledon. I wish I was going to Wimbledon. I would like to participate in the lottery system where they go grab a ticket. You go sit in a tent for 24 hours. It could be raining. It could be, they don't have tornadoes. It could be hailing. It could be bad weather up there in London, UK. And you got to sit there. And you may not even get the center match. Okay. You may not even get center court. Center spelled Centre over there in the UK. Not sure why, but that's what they do. Little stuff like that. You're like, man, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I would love to do the lottery system. You have a lottery system like that. That's awesome. You can go the day before. You may get in, you may not get in. That's what I love. Stuff like that is what we need in sports. More of it. Okay. Also, makes everybody who plays wear white. That's cool because these people are running around in the heat. They're sweating it up. They're having to change shirts left and right, socks up and down. No other tournament makes them do that. And if there are, it's not as iconic as Wimbledon. Also, the green grass, and then slowly it gets brown throughout the week, and you see where the wear patterns are on the court. That's awesome stuff. That is awesome, awesome stuff. And it's one of the few tournaments they play on grass. Need I say more? No. Wimbledon is a top 4 sports event of all time. Number 3, we've got the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Again, I'm not talking a specific year. I'm talking in general. The Super Bowl. Gonna take a sip here. Man, if we were doing top 10 beverages, water would be number 1. Water would be number 1. Side note. All right, back to the Super Bowl. Look, every year, this is what, at least in America, this is what you look forward to for the majority of the fall and in the beginning of the next year. Okay, you're thinking Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Okay, that's what you're looking forward to. People do parties. Almost every household in February, the first week of February, second week, whenever it is doing a Super Bowl party. You're waiting for the commercials. You're doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Who's doing it? Did they do a good job? It's the most scrutinized concert in the entire world. It's also one of the biggest sports events. No other sporting event. You got also one of the biggest concerts that year. No other sporting event. Only the Super Bowl does that. Only football, only the NFL can bring that together. And you're thinking, Ian, how in the world do you have Super Bowl at number 3? It should be number 1. It should be number 1. There's nothing better than the Super Bowl. Nothing gets bigger than the Super Bowl. And you would be wrong, my friends. I have 2 things better, bigger than the Super Bowl. Number 2, the World Cup. And now that I'm thinking about it, this isn't even the greatest photo of the trophy. It's a little blurry. That's my bad. If ChatGPT was behaving, I would have had a sick mural of probably Messi winning the World Cup. Look, the World Cup is my most global event on here. Okay, and maybe that's because I prefer soccer over rugby and cricket. And I do, hand up, I do. But the World Cup, I think it deserves to be at the number 2 spot. Look, in terms of what it means globally, there's not another event that means more to most countries. Okay, there's not. And some of you may say cricket. Nobody here that's watching is saying cricket. So unless this reaches just immense audiences, which it may. World Cup number 2. Just going back to the last World Cup we saw, ladies and gentlemen, Lionel Messi winning the World Cup for his Argentinians. Iconic. You got the blue and the white striped unis. You got Messi, 5'0", wiggling and wiggling out, shooting the ball, scoring the ball. Iconic stuff. The whole country goes nuts. Yeah, for the Super Bowl, one city will go nuts. Sometimes that city is the size of some countries in some cases, but I digress. You got countries going nuts, tearing down buildings, poles, statues, whatever it might be after you won the World Cup. That's what we need. That is what we need. USA 2026, we will get it done. Hopefully, Christian Pulisic, we need you, man. We need you more than ever. Get us a World Cup win in our home country. Let's get it done. World Cup at number 2, and I know some of you are thinking, how could you? What is number 1? There's nothing left. He's picked them all. What's number 1? Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the best logo of all time. We've got the best golf tournament of all time. We've got the best trophy of all time. We've got the best sporting event of all time. Yes, sir. It's the Masters tournament. Okay. And maybe this is recency bias. It isn't. It is not recency bias. But yesterday did put it into my brain that what we were watching was one of the greatest sporting events of all time, specifically yesterday. But then that just made me think this whole tournament every year is the best sporting event of all time every year. It's the best. It's the peak of sports, okay? The emotion, the anticipation, the stress, the anxiety, everything you get when you're watching it, you're like, whoa. For the regular fan, you're thinking, man, that's a pretty place. That's an iconic place. Look how green that grass is. Look how white those bunkers are. For the diehard, you're like, man, this is a great golf course. This is a great golf course. It tests the pros. It does what you need them to do. And then for just the casual person, you're like, oh, hey, yeah, it's the Masters. How do I get there? You can't. You got to win a lottery similar to Wimbledon. Green, white, it's pretty. It's iconic. You got to win a lottery to go there, and you get to see history every single year you go. The Masters tournament is the greatest sporting event of all time. It will never be dethroned. This logo will stand the test of time, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe down below. Comment down below. Ian, where did I go wrong? And you're gonna have trouble. You're gonna have trouble finding out where I went wrong. Although I know some of you will think I did some things incorrectly, and that's okay. Feel free to disagree with me. Subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game.
45, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He